everyone. You know what time it is. It's Saturday night. How are you tonight? Welcome to Saturday night. How are you this Saturday night? What are you excited about? What are you grateful for on this Saturday Night Live? I hope you had an amazing Saturday. I do. What is going on in your world? What is happening out there tonight on Saturday night? It's Saturday night and the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's Saturday night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. And I am grateful for you. Hey, happy Saturday, Adele and Dazzle. Dazzle, it is treat time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is great to have you all here tonight. I hope all is well in Michigan. The weather is sticky today. Sticky. It's humid out there today. Uneventful. You know, they say the end of the world. The local weather forecast, which I watched tonight, I finally turned on the weather. I've had so many people reaching out to me. I finally turned on the weather just a little while ago to hear what the forecast actually is. And the Connecticut weather, it's like the lady took crayons and drew lines all over the map. It could go this way. It could go that way. It could go this way. It could go that way. It could go over there. It could end out in Michigan. I mean, it was really all over the map. And then I watched the Boston station, and he was like, keep on watching. You have to keep watching. That was his basic thing. I mean, this is worse. You know, stay tuned in. Download our app so that you have it and you can watch the next forecast that says nothing. You know, it's going to be bad if you're near the shore. It's going to be a lot of rain is what it sounds like. I did a little bit of preventive pickup today outside of loose things. You know, some loose flower pots that didn't have anything in them yet, or, you know, light tables and things like that. I did that today just as a preventative so they don't blow around if we get some wind. You know, I think the real issue potential. Oh, and the electric company was on too, and they're like, you know, 80% of the state could be without power for 10 or more days. And it's like, you know, they've been in so much trouble the last couple of years for their storm response. I think they were just trying to cover the bases. And so, like, if you lose power and you get it back in 2 days, you're like, well, at least it wasn't out 10 days, like they said. So, you know, it's an interesting forecasting and the way they're doing it. You know, I think the ultimate real issue for our areas in general, both where we live and where the stores are, is we've had a lot of rain recently, like many of you have had. And so now you're going to get a lot of rain on top of that. And that can, you know, have trees fall down just because the ground is so saturated. So we'll see. Today, everything's okay. Tomorrow, who knows? I have gas in the generator and I tested it yesterday. So we shall see what we're dealing with. Hello, Kitty. How are you tonight? I hope you had a great Saturday. You know, I hear it's been a weird Saturday in the stores with just people being anxious and a little crazy. Full moonish is the way I would call it, the way people are acting today, and the way they've been out there. But hey, you know, we shall survive. We will get beyond this. We will. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start every night. Tonight, we are on page 122, if you're following along. Good morning. Bring it in. Group hug. Okay, proceed. You had a bus arrive. Fill that bus. Fill that bus. Fill that bus. Ah, that's great, Kitty. I love when you're a tourist stop. That's awesome. That had to be good for the register. Did you sneak out the back door and say you're going to lunch? As long as it wasn't a bus of consignment bringing you things to consign, I say fill that bus. See, and you said Narts would never come to Rochester, Illinois. That's awesome. I love that you got a bus tour. I love it. I love it. You know, these are good things. These are good things. These will happen. We will bus tour again. Nice. I like putting that money in the register. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I love it. I love it. That is great. That is excellent news. That helps Saturday along. We were, from my store reports today, we were the last stop on everybody's day. It was a day of progressive traffic. It started out slow and increased throughout the day. Hey, Rose is with us. Great to have you here, Rose, live tonight. But not as busy as some of the other days, but happy for all the business that we had today. Hey, Kelly, great to have you here. A dozen pair of boots. Didn't you post a boot picture today? Like my memory serves me, you had somebody had a pair of red boots saying these boots were made for a walk-in. A group of Pentecostal ladies thrift shopping. I love it. I love it. I love hearing that. See, I knew it. I got it. Did the red boots sell? Did somebody say I got to have the red boots and 11 other pairs? That's great, Kelly. That's some ka-ching in your register. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Put that money in. Hey, Rose, I'm glad that you're feeling good a day after your third vaccine. I am glad you are doing well and staying healthy, especially for what a show Florida is. Well, that's awesome, Kelly. I am thrilled for you. I am thrilled for you that you got those boots sold. Social media does work, We sold a table or something today that somebody saw on our post today. So people watch that stuff. I mean, even I noticed the red boots. That was an eye catcher. They were an eye catcher. As I was doing the scroll of Facebook earlier today, I was making sure I was aware of enough things. How's that? I don't need to be aware of everything. I just need to be aware of some things. And your post showed up. So there you go. Actually, I think I saw one of Kitty's today too. So red's a fun color. It makes a statement. Those are statement boots. That was great. Few things happening tonight. Toys R Us is making a comeback. Toys R Us is going to open next year inside 400 Macy's. Toys R Us is coming to 400 Macy's near you. 400 Macy's next year. They're going to open stores within a store. So Toys R Us shops in a store will be within 400 Macy's, and Toys R Us is actually being sold on a store within a store on Macy's website today. So Macy's is going after the millennial mom, they said. When these younger parents visit Macy's to shop for toys for the children, they often additionally purchase other higher margin items. So that is why they're doing it. That is why they're doing it. So you can remake the department store. And you can remake it. I mean, part of it is making the department store relevant, okay? And partly it's doing it with nostalgia, okay? People love the Toys R Us brand. And, the Toys R Us brand was really ruined by bad management, bad financial management, in the way that it was bought and sold and saddled with debt. But Toys R Us was a company that people long for. People want to be a Toys R Us kid, and they'll be that Toys R Us kid at Macy's because you don't want to grow up. You don't want to grow up. But Macy's is making a lot of moves, and they're really doing a lot of things right. The old stores were beat up. They were working on remodels, but they were saddled with so much debt. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't fix anything. It was the problem with Toys R Us. They just got all the good stuff got pulled out. But if you look at them in their heyday, they were the king. They were the category killer. Everybody wanted to go to Toys R Us. I did. But Macy's is doing a lot of right moves, and they're understanding where their consumer is. So, Macy's CEO Jeff Gennette had talked about how consumers are shopping differently across the country, depending on where they live, and their attitudes toward COVID. There's definitely a different psychology with suburban and urban customers right now. Many of the Macy's stores in the suburbs are performing ahead of 2019 levels as consumers in those areas feel more comfortable with more space to roam around. This company city-based stores, however, remain the most challenged as both international tourism is off and people are more cautious about jamming into crowded spaces. Even like their flagship in Herald Square has yet to see visits return to pre-pandemic levels. And locations in more densely populated metros will recover as people return to work. But those plans have been sidelined. So they are doing a lot of work on understanding their customer better and serving them better, Macy's. So I give them credit for that. They're a company that has, overexpanded and everything else too. There were too many Macy's. So even with some more downsizing, if they do that, or what I would call right sizing, there's a lot of good at Macy's. Not a surprise here, but restaurant and business owners in New York City are starting to sue the city over the vaccine mandate. So New York City was one of the first cities to require that you show proof of vaccination to enter a business inside, including restaurants and retail and gyms, or going to an indoor entertainment venue such as a movie theater. And anyone who works in the businesses must also be vaccinated. The rule went into effect this week, and the city has plans to begin enforcement on September 13th. But restaurant and business owners have banded together to file suit against it. And the mayor feels they're in a strong legal position. Where it goes, I don't know. The courts have been all over the place on it. I think in New York, the mayor's going to win, but time will tell. Time will tell where that goes. We'll have to keep an eye on it. and it's really not a surprise that businesses are suing over it. Leasing of retail space is picking up, but rents are staying flat. Tenant walkthroughs are increasing in the retail sector while rents are remaining flat. Despite the negative effects on real estate, they are optimistic about there is a lot of interest in it, and the index of walkthroughs and such is high. Oh, you got an ERTC check today for about half of what you filed for. Well, the government's short on cash. Haven't you heard they haven't raised the debt ceiling yet? There's a note with the check. Okay, well, let me know when you get the explanation, because I'm going to get into ERTC stuff hopefully next week. I'm waiting. My accountant and I talked the other day, and he sent me the stuff. Sent me a bunch of stuff, snail mail actually. So I am waiting on that. And but we're going to get on that because there's a lot of things with it. And actually, Kitty, there's going to be more money for you because, well, it won't be as direct part of the ERTC, but they're doing it for Schedule C filers. They are doing it so you can get vaccine credits for yourself when you file your taxes for time that you took off to get your vaccine shots and everything else. You will be getting, there is more money coming your way. There is more money. There is more money coming your way. So, and quite honestly, I'm much rather that you get the check first, even for less, and the explanation later. I'd much rather that than you getting the explanation and still waiting for the check. So I am thrilled with that, and hopefully it's just some little calculation or put something in the wrong box error. It is some of what I've been seeing. It is part of what I've been seeing, and then I've been seeing on 2020 stuff. I've been seeing them waiting for people to file amended returns to release some of that. So there's different games going on with this, but the fact that the money is coming is a good thing, and it's going to help. That helps. That a boatload of checks, a busload of checks. You know, that's it's not bad to get checks in the mail. It's not bad to get checks in the mail. This is a Massachusetts statistic, but I thought I'd share it because it likely follows suit in most other states, in many other states. This company has 4 times more job openings than anyone else in the state. This company has 4 times more job openings than anyone else in the state. And that would be the big Amazon. They have more than 6,600 job openings in Massachusetts right now. And Massachusetts has over 200,000 job openings at the moment. The next closest has 1,500 job openings, which is a healthcare provider. If you add in Whole Foods, which is actually owned by Amazon, they actually have another 7,500. Then that brings the total to over 7,500 openings for Amazon and Whole Foods in the state. So it's just interesting. You know, Amazon is offering up for certain roles up to a $3,000 sign-on bonus, potentially up to $3,000. The one thing you get for sure is if you show proof of vaccination, you get $100 on your first day. You get $100 on your first day. But what are you going to do? Tomorrow, folks, tomorrow is not only Hurricane Day, Andre Day, or whatever they're calling this hurricane. Okay, it is Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday is the day we set aside each and every week. We set this day aside to unplug and recharge. This is a marathon, people. You are at the end. You have just knocked out of the park. Week 74, 75. That means tomorrow starts week 75, 76. You have knocked it out of the park. Another week in the books. You have done it. But that means this is a marathon, not a sprint. A marathon. That requires training, endurance. That requires taking a break, resting your body, resting your mind. Okay? Taking time out. Okay? Time out. That's what it requires. And if you can't do Sunday, you do another day. You do Wednesday. You do half a day Tuesday, half a day Thursday. It doesn't matter as long as you do it. And you can do it even better with the Resale Strong Cookbook, where we have the recipe of the week. And this recipe from Angie is baked chicken with a bacon bottom and wild rice. Baked chicken with a bacon bottom and wild rice. And that will be up in the NARTS private Facebook page within the hour. It'll be over at narts.org/resalestrong by noon tomorrow. And actually at narts.org/resalestrong, REC, where you can find the whole Resale Strong cookbook, all the recipes, the appetizers, the entrees, the desserts, the cocktails. Maybe there's a hurricane cocktail in there. I don't know. There's a phenomenal selection in there because we've been cooking our way through this pandemic. Yes, we have. You can also share narts.org/resalestrong with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We're going to help everybody make it through this to the other side. Yes, we are. Because it has a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store. I'm here every night at more 8 than ish, every night in the NARTS private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, yes, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night. With the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we do it. Tonight, we're on page 122. Good morning. Bring it in. Group hug. Okay, proceed. Our good night tonight is good night, guys. One more group hug. Get some sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. It's time for dessert.